Greetings, Dr. King. This is Carl Krueger in Session 5 of Constitutional Law, my video presentation. Regarding things I did not understand prior to this class about our system, it was not clear about preemption and how it works with concurrent power and actually how frail that is. For example, in Medtronic Inc. versus Moore, how the government upheld concurrent power and then obviously reversed that later in 2008 with Rigel versus Medtronic Inc. I also, it was new to me prior to this class regarding the 21st Amendment providing states control over commerce with regards to liquor, although I understood that that's not an absolute commerce power as per Granholm versus Held. And then I've learned a lot about the 10th Amendment over this course. For example, the police powers that were upheld in Bond versus United States and how frail the 10th Amendment is in light of Garcia versus San Antonio Transit Authority, and that they say except for state territorial integrity, such as Article 4, Section 3, those powers that are not carved out for the states may be infringed upon by the federal government under the Commerce Clause. So the 10th Amendment's definitely seems to be up for grabs. I also was not aware of the state constitutional expansion of civil rights. For example, New Hampshire's right of revolution, some of the other states' right to education and victims' rights. And the history of the incorporation doctrine was new to me here. I did not understand that early on things like the Fifth Amendment was not granted within the states. It was a federal right. In Hurtado v. California, how that was honored. The states did not have to abide by Fifth Amendment rights, but it was reversed, for example, in Benetton v. Maryland in '69. Things I wish the founders had included, well, inclusio unis est exclusio alterius. That concept of writing such that one at the exclusion of others in the hopes of limiting scope and power has not seemed, it's worked to some degree, but it seems like our framers needed to provide some kind of a primer for subsequent courts and legislators to honor that. Of course, that goes hand in hand with the Bill of Rights and how the Bill of Rights was written in negative versus a promotional verbiage, that those things shall not be infringed, but the government is not incumbent upon the government to promote those things, promote those rights. Appropriate method to be applied by the courts in interpreting the Constitution. Obviously, in this session, we talked about the states' interpretations using primacy, interstitial, or dual sovereignty. And primacy, where the state constitution is considered first, interstitial, where the federal constitution is first considered, and then dual sovereignty, where they consider both. I believe the primacy option is less likely to be struck down in federal court when state laws are used to make the decision. And because of that, I think it is a better way for courts to interpret the constitutions and to apply them at a state level. And then in this session, we also talked about compact theory versus natural rights theory. I was interested to learn that the Supreme Court had used the compact theory in one of its recent decisions about Fourth Amendment rights. And I personally hold to, and I believe the framers were more in support of natural rights theory, although this causes an interesting dilemma because that means if we really truly believe it and apply it, we would, as a country, have to honor the individual rights of non-citizens regarding their civil rights. And I think that actually might be a good thing. It might enable us to have a better relationship with foreign entities if we honor other civil rights. Now, other things about the class and materials. I found the discussion about the Bill of Rights fascinating in the fact that it wasn't part of the original framing of the Constitution and that James Madison considered it unnecessary. And I wonder if maybe we did, in the effort to carve out and protect some individual rights and win those battles, if we didn't lose the war on liberty. So I'm going to be interested to look into that more. So, well, I've enjoyed the reading and the discussions, and I thank you very much.